Hey, you two. Murray May. Ow! She hit me. That was assault. You saw it.
With a Muscadine.
I'm gonna press charges. You're a bad person. Look at her. And they're hiding. Don't bend over in front of the camera. Hang on, let's see if we can zoom in on that. Hell yeah. Oh, never mind. She's back. Nothing. That was something on TV I was looking at. Hey guys, what we're going to do today is stop it. Leave me alone. We're going to try to make muscadine wine. We have 40 pounds of muscadines left. She won't leave me alone. And what we're going to do is use regular yeast. That's what it calls for, active dry yeast. And this is going to be a wine anybody can make. We are going to use 1 gallon of fruit, 3 gallons of distilled water. Distilled mainly because there is no chlorine in it, because the chlorine will kill the yeast cultures. I've already rinsed this bucket out. It's going to be a 2-part video because we're going to first mash our fruit from the 1 gallon. We're going to strain it, filter it out, and remove all the pulp. I'm going to take the juice, put it into here, add 3 gallons of the distilled water, and then we're going to add the yeast. It's going to be it for this video. I'm going to do this and then we're going to take a look at it. It's going to take about a day, and then we will revisit where we will filter a little bit, and then we will add the sugar, pour it into another container, this guy here, and we're going to let it sit. And I think this one is going to sit for around 9 weeks is ideally what we're going to do. But we're going to do 5 gallons at a time, and you're doing a gallon, and look how much I have left, and there's a buttload, which is a metric measurement, more of muscadines, and we're not wasting any of these things. So we're going to probably end up with 30 gallons of muscadine wine. It's probably not legal. More to come. Just so you know, this pot, 3.5 pounds, and 1 gallon, including that pot, is 9.5 pounds. So 9.5 minus 3.5 is 6, even by my public school math. 6 plus 3.5 is 9.5. There you go. So just so you'll know, for reference, 1 gallon of berries washed and drained equals 6.5 pounds. So that's a good reference, because they're talking about a gallon of berries. They're using a liquid measurement and then a dry measurement. So just trying to get everything good, so that should work. More to come. Okay guys, now mashing up 6+ pounds of berries, it's pretty hard, or it's time consuming rather. So what I did, I put them in a blender, put it on pulse, and reducing them without shredding the seeds up, because we don't want the seeds to be shredded up. That'll make it kind of bitter. So I am going to pulp them up a little bit more, and then we're going to filter strain, mash them up a little bit more by hand, because this took about a minute. Can't beat it. So more to come. Okay guys, this is our clean, brand new, washed out, food grade 5 gallon bucket. This is our muscadines that we chopped up in the blender. Much easier. Fantastic. And at this point you don't filter them. What we're going to do is put in 3 gallons of the distilled water. I'm using that because it's non-chlorinated. The yeast, and we're going to add the mash into it, and we're going to let it cook. So more to come. Okay guys, now we have the pulped mixture in. We have added just our regular bread yeast, but we didn't do the rapid rise. We used the active dry yeast. We did not use brewer's yeast, mainly because the store wasn't open. I was curious to try it, but this is what we're going to do. I'm going to put these 3 gallons of the distilled water in there. We're going to put a lid on it. More come. Alright guys, so we have added our muscadines, the 1 gallon, whole fruit, pulped it up, 3 gallons of the distilled water, and that reason we're doing that is because there is no chlorine in it to kill the yeast. And then we added 1 pack of the yeast, not the quick rise, just the regular yeast. And you can see, if you look in the corners here, that we're already starting to bubble up a little bit. So what we're also going to do, we're going to cap this thing off. We're going to let it sit for 1 day. So tomorrow afternoon we're going to come back and revisit this. Filter, strain, add sugar, swap over to another bucket, and then we're going to repeat the process because, like I said, we've got another 50 pounds of muscadines to do something with, and we're not going to let them go to waste. We've done a buttload of jellies already, so this is what we're going to do with this. And you can see it's already starting to cloud up, and that's great. The yeast is starting to eat the natural sugars that are in the fruit and starting to make alcohol, and the byproduct, I believe this is right, is the carbonation. I think that's correct, and guys tell me if it's not. We're going to strain it and filter it all. So I'm excited. It's the first time I've ever done this. And we get all this done, and we will go on into distillation, to where you can actually distill water to make it drinkable, potable. And then we will also do some distillation for some liquors. Might as well. That way we can cover all this stuff, because you may not drink it. Worst comes to worst, you can always trade it. So thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing. Y'all gonna make some mayhem. What you doing?
What?
You drinking pickle juice?
Mm-hmm.
That's disgusting. Is it good?
It's good.
Have another drink. On camera. Oh, come on. At least she's got a cute butt. Okay guys, second day. This is what the yeast, and you can see it bubbling, and the fruit has done. There's no sugar added to it yet. That is 8 pounds of sugar. That is freaking crazy. That is a buttload of sugar. So I'm going to strain this into this bucket. Then once we strain it, I'm going to put the sugar into there and mix it up, cap it and let it sit, and then I'm going to start second batch. So more to come. And then we are stirring in 8 pounds of sugar. There's that. I'm going to stir a little bit. There we go. 8 freaking pounds of sugar. Got to stir it up until it dissolves. And we don't have quite 5 gallons of wine, but that is a-okay. Oh, wow. It's actually absorbed all of that sugar. There's nothing, there's no grit on the bottom or anything like that. Now, we're going to let this guy sit. So, more to come. Okay guys, I want to show you what we did. We ended up straining our pulped yeasty mix. Let's call it the mash. We ended up straining the mash 2 times through an old t-shirt. A clean old t-shirt that had not been washed with any kind of fruity fabric softener or anything like that. Just a clean white t-shirt, old. Strained it through it. Strained it through it again. We capped it after we filled these containers. This is the distilled water that we used. And we did this to keep the bugs and everything out of it. Now we're going to let it bubble. Rubber band, double layer of the towel. You can use cheesecloth, but I am saying, okay, well, how many of us go to the cheesecloth store and buy cheesecloth and honest to God brewer's yeast? Well, none of us really. Our grandparents sure didn't do that. They might have done the cheesecloth, but not anything else. Now we have added all the sugar to this. These 4 gallons are going to sit. We're going to let them sit ultimately for 9 weeks, and they're going to vent and bubble. And when they quit, look at them. You can actually see, you know, they're bubbling still. Just poured them in. So once they quit bubbling after 9 weeks, we're going to check them. Yeah. What'd you say, Hooch?
Get drunk.
We're going to get drunk, is what she said. Hell yeah. Man, the Hooch is getting drunk. And we are actually, we've got these 4 gallons going now. I'm about to rinse and wash everything again, and we're going to start the whole process over. I've got 40 pounds of Muscadine, so we're going to make
40 pounds.
however many 40 pounds of Muscadines we'll make as far as wine. This is 4 gallons almost, and I'm going to put these guys aside and let them sit. And it was an amazing amount of sugar that we used. Used 8 pounds. How about that for a measurement? Which is almost to the freaking top. This red tub. Buttload of sugar. So that's okay though. I'm going to put these in a dark place and let them bubble. And come November, we's going to have us a party, because I'm about to do a whole new mix right now. And then once I do this, the next day I'll do a whole new mix, and the next day after that I'll do a whole new mix. So we will have we'll have 20 gallons of Muscadine wine. I do not know the actual alcohol content. I can find out though. We will get that figured out. I've tasted this stuff. It is tasty, sweet, and tasty. Even with the yeast just coming up on it, and you can see the bubbles that are coming up in this thing as we're talking. I just top that off. There we go. So we're letting it bubble up, and I decided to do this like you didn't have any of the necessary. You didn't have a carboy, you didn't have brewer's yeast or anything like that. So this is what you would find. Next batch we make, I might show us how to find natural yeast in the environment, and we will use natural yeast we can get from bread cultures. Might be something to do. So more to come, guys. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I got a mess to clean up because the Hooch has said that the damn floor is sticky, and she's already yan. She hurt her foot. So there she is. She's got her foot propped up. She's high on drugs. You love me?
No.
That's not nice. Y'all can make some mayhem.